2 years or the last year? Has it changed now? Are they going to be more proactive with the complaints and the legal cases, Mr. President?
Before I answer that, Mr. President, I agree with our majority leader, 101% that red tape is the issue that is discouraging investors from coming into our country and also killing our existing industries and businesses. Tama ho kayo dyan. In fact, pag-uusap po natin mga foreign chambers, top of mind complaint nila is red tape. At alam naman ho natin na red tape and corruption, magkapatid ho yan, magkadugtong ho yan. So I thank our majority leader for taking a proactive stance on fighting red tape and also authoring this anti-red tape law and expanding the powers of ARTA. Having said that, tama ho kayo, Mr. President. In fact, during the budget hearing of the Ombudsman, nakita ko sa kanilang presentation, part of their strategic objectives and organizational outcome is to reduce incidents and impact of corruption and red tape in the bureaucracy. No, so part ng organizational outcome and strategic objectives ng Ombudsman natin ngayon is to fight red tape. In fact, tinanong ko ho yan nung nakita ko ito sa kanya. Tinanong ko kay bagong Ombudsman Rimulya about this strategic objective in red tape. At sabi niya, yan rin ang bibigyan nila ng focus. Hindi lang po yung corruption, yung corruption na naririnig ho natin, kundi red tape rin. Kasi yan din ho ang source ng corruption. Pag dinidelay po yung papeles, inuupuan yung papeles, ang mga negosyante, sometimes wala silang choice kung hindi sumunod dito sa mga corrupt officials, no? Kahit na talagang labag sa kanilang kalooban. So, ang maganda ho ngayon with the new Ombudsman Rimulya, nasa direction niya o nasa goal niya yung paglaban sa red tape. And ang maganda ho ngayon, last November 10, meron na pong memorandum of agreement between ARTA and the Ombudsman. Bago lang ho to, no? Just a few weeks ago, itong kanilang working relationship. So hindi na ho etchipuera yung ARTA pagdating sa filing of cases. May working relationship na sila ngayon with the Ombudsman. So together, as a team, they will fight red tape and they will also file cases. So ito po yung some of the salient points ng Memorandum of Understanding, sorry, Mr. President, Memorandum of Understanding with the Ombudsman, November 10, 2025. Findings and recommendations of ARTA will be given due weight and respect by the Ombudsman. ARTA to render assistance to the Ombudsman in investigation of anti-red tape cases. So ito lang po yung mga salient points. So in other words, we will be seeing a renewed and revitalized working relationship. Importante po yung working relationship. Walang turf war. No, they will be working together to fight red tape.
That's fantastic news. As a matter of fact, I just wanted to hear it officially. I saw the news items with Ombudsman Rimulya, and I actually came out with a press statement congratulating that move. And I hope that we can continue this partnership. Kasi sayang po, in the last, with the last I'd say administration with the Office of the Ombudsman, talagang nagagalit siya pala pag nagpa-file kayo ng case sa kanya. So, ngayon po, it's safe to say that they partnered up together, on particularly investigating these incidences. Is that correct, Your Chair?
Yes, Mr. President. And you're also correct, Mr. President. Nakita ko rin yung trend na, in fairness to ARTA, a lot of our national agencies, very conscious about red tape. Ang nagiging problema ngayon, and pareho yung naririnig ho natin, are the local government units. Mga parang bumaba po sa local government units yung red tape. And alam naman ho natin na ang negosyo hindi ho pwede mag-umpisa kung wala pong local government business permit, pati mga yung sa fire permit. So kaya yan naman po ang magiging focus ng Ombudsman and ARTA to also look at the processes and the red tape issues in the local government units.
Yes, actually, what I heard was lumakas ulit yung red tape or yung pagiging matagal po ang paglabas nito mga permits, licenses, and certificates on the local government level because nga hindi po sila nawala yung takot nila sa paggawa nito. That's why I'm happy that ARTA, and I hope that we can get the commitment from DGNS. You know, he's a very good public servant. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that he's there. Still there manning the agency, and I hope that they can really with zest, no, continue, be proactive. Napakalaga po yan. International government agencies, I'm still receiving complaints about the Bureau of Fire. I was not able to face it anymore the other day. But the Bureau of Fire, ganun pa rin. Nagsasabit pa rin ng quotation for ano ba ito? Fire extinguisher. Para sa sprinkler system,
Firefighting.
fire systems. Bawal po yan, under the law. We put a section that they're not supposed to even propose. Kasi alam mo naman ng Pilipinas, sasabihin, baka gusto mo, ito na lang ang lagay mo na fire system. Pag di mo pala dun sa fire system, times 2 ang presyo sa private, no? Private sector, pag hinanap mo at kinote mo sa private sector. So dapat bawal na din yan, and I hope that ARTA also can come up with a sustained campaign. Guys, when we started your operations about 4 years ago, 2021, the birth of ARTA was when? 2021? 2020. DGNS, naalala mo yun? 2020 yun, di ba? About 5 years ago. Marami tayong campaign about it. We see it in the newspapers, on television, on radio. There was a campaign nationwide for it. And even we used to have, I don't know what happened to this, but we used to attend the anti-red tape summit, which was headed by Bill Luz. Whatever happened to those summits, nawala na. I used to be your speaker there. Tuloy-tuloy pa ba yun, Mr. Chairman? Yung mga anti-red tape, yung grading. Dati nilalabas yung grading eh. Itong Quezon City, number 1 sa the list of anti-red tape in Metro Manila, mga ganun-ganun. Meron pa pa nun, Mr. Chairman, do we still have those, I don't see Bill anymore. I don't know if he's still in the country. I know he's still alive, but I don't know if he's still in the country. But dati, ano yun eh, in the last administration, talagang hina-highlight yun. Sa NCR, ito yung pinakamaraming red tape. Ito yung pinakamaganda sa pagdating sa red tape. Meron pa ba tayo niyan? Mr. President, malaking bagay kasi yan eh.
Yeah.
For example, Region 10, if you come up with a list of Region 10 and they're like maybe out of my 22 LGUs of Bukidnon, kung sinabi mo dyan, 10 dyan, red, pagdating sa anti-red tape, in other words, bagsak, ay di papagalitan po natin, hindi tayo papayag dun. Eh, pagalitan talaga.
But Mr. President, meron silang yearly EODB convention. Dito nila dinibigyan ng award yung mga LGUs which are
So, pala pala yung EODB convention.
noon lang binibigyan yung mga outstanding LGUs na merong fight against red tape, digitalized processes, saka yung mga processes na efficient. So hindi naman natin linalahat ng LGUs, but meron din sila mga awarding mechanisms and best practices sharing ng mga LGUs and agencies. Pero yung parang shame campaign, wala ko silang ganun. Maybe that's something. Maybe naman shame campaign, maybe,
We should do.
yeah, maybe parang a scorecard, you know, rather than a outright shame campaign, baka a
Alam mo
scorecard.
yung mga magnanakaw, lalo na sa local government, sasabihin nila, wala naman tayo sa listahan, okay lang, happy naman tayo. Kasi mayaman tayo. Basta walang shame campaign, okay lang. Tuloy natin ng ligaya. Eh kung may shame campaign dyan, these are the LGUs with the most number of complaints. Aba, maganda tingnan ko ng taong bayan yan. Kasi na yung shame campaign na lahat eh. Sa politiko, shame campaign na lahat. Maganda sa sakyan mo, politiko ka, patay ka. But instead of doing business, we should do the same.
Yeah, I think magandang suggestion ho yan,
Opo.
Majority Leader. Merong mga awardees, ito may mga awardees who binibigay sila. Pero in terms of yung scorecard, kasama ho yung mga poor performing LGUs and agencies. yun ang kulang ho sa kanila. So maybe
Yes.
that's a suggestion that they should
Because that
put
will be
into
a challenge,
consideration.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, that will be a challenge to these agencies to do better and the LGUs to do better. And the people will be aware so that they will not vote for these mayors anymore or these governors. Because kita pala, grabe pala, balasubas ang pagnanakaw doon, napahirap ng mga tao. Businessmen are complaining. So may I make that suggestion, Your Honor? Maybe next year for the next budget, I'll request now a new listing or some sort of plan of action on also highlighting the LGUs and government agencies, national government agencies that are ranking very poorly in the ease of doing business.
Bait itong si chairman ho
Masyado
natin.
mabait yun eh.
Masyado mabait.
Pilipinas, mabait yan.
Mabait ho ito eh. Ay, meron pala ho silang top 10 most complained agencies, Mr. President, Majority Leader. Kaso lang hindi pala nila pinapublish, no? Dahil nga itong chairman natin, gentleman ho to eh. Kaya,
You know what, guys?
kaya hindi ho niya. But it's something for them to consider, Mr. President. Kasi kung may awarding, dapat alam rin, tama si Majority Leader, alam rin natin kung sino yung mga poor performing. Lalo na ito, 10 most complained agencies, Mr. President.
Tira mo yung presidente natin, Mr. President.
Ito, identify ko na ho, Mr. President, yung mga 10 performing national agencies. Number 1, Food and Drug Administration. Number 2, Land Transportation Office. Number 3, Bureau of Internal Revenue. Number 4, Philippine Statistics Authority. Number 5, Land Registration Authority. Ito po yung lahat na mayroong direct constituency contact.
Yes.
So, obviously ho, yung mga constituents ho natin na kumukuha ng lisensya, kumukuha ng plaka, o nag-apply po para sa FDA, Mr. President, nakaka-experience ho sila ng mga red tape, no? So, maganda nga ma-publish to, Chairman, para alam rin ho natin. Kung ayaw niyong banggitin, ako na magbabanggit para,
Because
para
Ryan,
malaman ho nila.
If we knew that earlier, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, in all the budgets, I would have stood up here and questioned them. Why are you the top 10 poorest performing? Hindi namin alam eh.
Sa GOCC ho, number 1, Social Security System. Number 2, Home Development Mutual Fund. Number 3, Securities and Exchange Commission sa mga negosyo ho to. Number 4, PhilHealth. Number 5, GSIS. Again, all of this may direct constituency contact. So more so na kailangan ho natin malaman bakit yung mga constituency ho natin nakaka-feel ng red tape when they apply for PhilHealth benefits o kinukuha ho nila yung mga pension ho nila, nag-apply ho sila ng pabahay sa pag-ibig. So more so kailangan ho natin malaman. You're absolutely correct. Kung alam lang ho natin, na-raise na ho natin to during the budget deliberation.
Yes.
Kaya Mr. Chairman, mag-publish ho tayo in any report card system para nalalaman ho namin na educate kami sino ba yung mga most red tape agencies.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. Yes, Mr. President, kasi the days of being mabait, tapos na po. Medyo mabait tayong dalawa tayo, parang mabait, pero sa akin naman yung baby natin. You know, our President Bongbong Marcos, sabi nila, mabait yan. E tingnan mo na nangyari. Ngayon nagagalit na siya. Pero huli ng lahat. Tingnan
Actually,
mo.
Mr.
So we
President,
need to really work
yeah.
more stringent, particularly in the implementation of the law. Mr. President.
Chairman, yung DBM, in fairness, last year they came out with a performance review of all agencies in terms of spending, in terms of efficiency, in terms of fund utilization. Maganda sa ating mga government agencies may ganyan rin para nalalaman natin. Objective naman to, hindi naman to, we're not targeting any agencies. It's designed for the agencies to wake up and improve their processes.
Yes, and I think the reward system is good, but also the exposure of those that are erring and are recidivists, Mr. President, is very important. Because as I said, at least it puts us on our toes as legislators who believe in anti-red tape. We can ask the different departments, bakit kayo ganyan? And then of course, if you publish, for example, if they publish Region 10, these are the LGUs that do our top 10 LGUs that are compliant with ease of doing business and anti-red tape. Tapos nalagay nila dun, top 10 most notorious. Para sa alam ng tao ba yun? Kasi internet yun, it's very, how do you say this, unforgiving. Unforgiving. Use that platform. We can ask the ease of the ARTA to use that platform for the LGUs to shape up kasi nakakahiya po yan. Maybe the mayor is mabait. Hindi niya alam